A meteorologist here in Mega City. This is Weather Madness for this Wednesday, and this is about as devastating as I've seen a storm in decades. I mean, this is incredible, incredible. Those people who decided to stick around for this storm, the reporters out there who are sitting on these beaches down here, Panama City down to all across this whole area from Panama City to Mexico Beach over to Indian Pass and then over to Alligator Point. You guys, man, they have to get out of there now. I mean, there's no doubt about it. We're talking about a storm that's verged on Category 5. I've been watching the winds all morning long, and some of the winds have been finding up to 165 knots inside, excuse me, 165 miles an hour inside the eye wall of this storm. And also notice the eye. The eye has gone into these pentagonal configuration, these wave things, which is telling you have a strong storm. When you see this, it's not circular anymore. It's pentagonal in the shape of the eye because the rotation is just so fast and everything. It gets in the mathematics of things. But this is just going to flatten Panama City, Mexico Beach, Point St. Joe. This whole area right here is just going to be flattened down this afternoon when this thing comes through. This is like almost a tornado of EF4 type of tornado damage that's coming through. All trees are going to be down. The storm surge is not 12 feet. The storm surge is going to be twice that, probably 20 some feet when it comes in. All right. Let's look at the winds again. Let me stop this here. This is, we'll kind of zoom in here and look at the winds. I can scan the winds here. That's 136 knots, 139 knots, 132 knots. This is at 9,000 feet. So this is in Iowa. It's 141 knot winds, 143 knot winds. This is probably going to be a Category 5 hurricane. They're probably going to, once the plane gets in there, it's going to find 100. They're going to find a Category 5. That's 144 knot winds right there. Okay, this is just monster type of storm coming in, and not to tell you, this eye wall when it comes into this area here, just probably south of Panama City after lunch today. Devastation, and that devastation, that wind damage is going to go all the way through Georgia, and just keep on going through southern Georgia. This thing's just going to be moving so fast, it is not going to unwind quick enough that these winds are going to continue to plow things down. Trees, we're probably looking at most of the trees through this area, through southern Georgia, just flattened, a lot of roof damage, power outages, you name it. This is like a Camille coming in. I mean, I'm just trying to get people to understand this isn't Florence coming and stopping. This is a fast storm coming in, developing, and it's on the verge of a Category 5 hurricane. And this is about as bad as it can get. People who stayed in Panama City, you may get lucky because the hardest part of the eye wall goes just to your east. But still, I told reporters, I told the Fox people, to get Giff out of there, man. He was out in the point right here. I said, you got to be kidding me. Don't put them out there. Got to get these guys out off these beaches now because the storm surge is coming in. It's going to be like a tsunami. It's going to be a big wall of water that's going to come in over the beaches. It's going to go probably 2 miles inland when it's all said and done. All right, that's the gist of it. That's what's going to happen. So this is a very nasty storm. The wind damage is going to continue right up the coast, right up to the Carolinas, and I have my wind damage maps here. What did I do? What did I do with my wind damage maps? I can't tell you any more than what I'm seeing here on the radars and everything. Here's the satellite picture. Let me try to get this configured real fast here. I know I'm kind of doing this on the fly today. You have a hurricane here with a well-developed. I mean, it's just satellite picture is just incredible. This is what I want to show you. This is the winds. This is the 10-meter wind gusts coming in. This is over 100 mile an hour winds all the way into Georgia. 70 mile an hour all the way through here, 60 miles an hour, 70 along the coast, 70 up in Virginia Beach. Little close-up shot here. You can see 100 and this is 116, 100, 109, 104. That's just incredible. Look at it, all the way up into Georgia. This is anywhere in this area, trees are being blown down. Okay, and then you go further north, up here into the Carolinas, 65 mile an hour, 64, 67. You know, so this is just going to be. Excuse me, these are knots. Sorry, these are knots. So you're talking about 70 to 80 mile an hour winds all the way up to the Carolinas. So you could talk about tree damage. Unfortunately, the Florence areas are going to get hit hard again with heavy rain. I think the rain's coming quick and getting out. I think it's the wind damage all the way up through this area is going to cause power outages and trees down and roof damage throughout the life cycle of this thing. Again, the radar shows you coming up. There's already rain out ahead of it. And severe weather, obviously, is another problem with tornado activity. So far, I haven't seen anything in tornadoes. The GFS model by tomorrow morning has it up over Savannah, Georgia, and then not Savannah, up near Columbia, South Carolina. Sorry about that. I'm just too excited. And then it goes up into North Carolina, and then heads on off the coast by Friday morning. So it's going to be moving fast out ahead of that trough, and it's probably going to redevelop. So these coastal areas up in here are going to get tropical storm force winds up here in Delmarva and those areas. We've been saying that even Nantucket and those areas are probably going to get some tropical storm force winds as it goes on through. It heads out to sea, and it's probably going to remain Michael all the way through its path. All right, that's all I got for now. Again, this is a dangerous storm, and I hope people know to get the heck out of there. I'm meteorologist here in Market City.